wins the presidential election this November is going to face one overarching challenge in their foreign policy, and that is the relationship with the People's Republic of China. China has become the world's #2 power by many measures, economically, militarily, in fact, some would argue culturally, scientifically, many different ways to measure that, but China is indeed now second only to the U.S. in terms of its global influence and reach. And secondly, the United States and China are not on the same page philosophically or in terms of policy concerning a whole number of issues. So this relationship is a mixture of cooperation in some areas, but increasing competition in many other areas. Indeed, over the course of the Obama administration, and even in the last few years of the George W. Bush administration, most observers, I think, would say the relationship has become more contentious and more competitive and less cooperative. So the next president, whether it's President Obama or President Romney, is going to have to pay much more attention to the China relationship than has been the case in the past. It's the world's not only most important, but most complex relationship. The U.S. and no other power has ever dealt with a nation rising as comprehensively, I would say, as is China. This is not an adversarial relationship, and part of the management is to keep it from becoming an adversarial relationship. China is not our enemy. But there are those, it has to be said, in the United States that would like to make China our next enemy. And indeed, in China, there are those who would like to make the United States their next enemy. And it's no coincidence that it's the two countries' military establishments that particularly see the other in that way. But indeed, we've got problems in the economic realm, in the ideological realm, in terms of global governance. We don't agree on a lot of issues in the international arena. Most recently, we've seen that manifest in the case of Syria, where the Chinese and the Russians together have vetoed 2 resolutions this summer in the UN Security Council. But you name the issue, and increasingly we're finding the U.S. and China on different sides of that issue. So the task for the next president is really to manage the competition, keep it from becoming adversarial and conflictual, and then expanding the zone of cooperation between the two. This is going to take a lot of effort. It's not something you just discharge to the bureaucracies. Presidents have to be leaders, and they have to involve themselves in this relationship. We've watched over 30 years a repetitive pattern. When the president is disengaged from U.S. China relations, problems arise. When the president is engaged, they become more manageable. So whether it's Romney or Obama, they're going to have to pay more attention and take more time on the China issue over the next 4 years.